going on, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at 20 different lithium batteries, all 100 amp hour batteries that are under $300. So the intent today isn't to really convince you to buy a $300 battery versus like a Battleborn or something that's a higher end battery. We're going to assume you're already decided that $300 is your price point, and we're going to make 4 picks today. We're going to have the absolute cheapest battery, flat out cheapest one under 300 bucks. It's 100 amp hour. What does that battery look like? We're going to have a kind of best value, solid value battery. We're going to have a mini battery, best mini. So there's like minis like this Power Queen here that are a smaller package. And then best overall, for me, trolling motor, like best overall trolling motor battery that you can go buy under $300. Which one is that? So let's go ahead and get started with the battery weights. Now the battery weights are all going to be in the same ballpark. Like I said, these are 100 amp hour batteries, so they're already like 2 times the capacity of your lead acid battery. That's about 50 pounds. These guys are all well under 30 pounds. Some of the minis are down in the low 20s. And then you've got, like the LiTime mini is under 20 pounds, 19 pounds, something like that. And then all the way up to the Wise battery is just in like 27, 26 pounds. It's in that range there. So they're all within a pretty tight spread. I don't think it's gonna make or break you. Maybe if you're super weight sensitive, like you're on a kayak, or maybe that you're carrying your battery to your boat, that's going to be a consideration there. But basically we've got them all lined up here from lightest all the way to left to the most heavy all the way to the right. But again, they're all pretty light. They're lithium iron phosphate batteries. They're light batteries. Now we're going to take a look at battery volume. I didn't want to compare the dimensions because that just gets real sideways. So we're looking at the volume. We're going to take the length times width times height, and that's going to give us like volume of the batteries. And maybe this is a good example here. So we've got group 24s with the time USB, the LiTime, watt cycle, TEMGOT. This is a mini Power Queen, and then we've got a group 31 LiTime. So you can see just like the overall width, right? There's probably 2 inches there or so on the mini versus a group 31. And then if you turn it sideways, you can get the other attribute here. So you can just see it's about 1 inch narrower too. So those mini batteries do save quite a bit of space over a group 31, but maybe not a ton of space versus like a group 24. Group 24s that are just now catching on are a real nice size. You could save some space. You can save about 2 inches of battery, which will give you room for like your prop wrench or something, or some tools in your boat. So now we're looking at battery volume. All the way the smallest battery is going to be the Dr. Prepare Mini by quite a bit, about 400 cubic inches there. You can see the average of the minis is somewhere just under 500. The group 24s are in the 600-ish range, 550, 600. And then the group 31s, which is the typical low cost battery, is in the 700-ish range. So you get a little bit of a spread there, but if you're looking for the smallest battery there, start looking towards the left of this graph there. So that should help you make a call there. So now price, right? Price took us a little while to get there, but you're already under 300 bucks for all these. All the way to the left is our cheapest. So spoiler alert there, the Fiunie in this list is the cheapest battery. And then working our way up, you've got like a sweet spot there in the $200 range, 225, 250. That's about where the sweet spot is. And you got some more features on some of these as you get up towards the higher end there, bumping up towards 300. So we're going to keep the same chart now, and now we're going to dig into like maybe why they're more expensive on some of them. The first one that's going to be is Bluetooth. Up to about 1.5 years ago, Bluetooth and a cheap battery is like not a thing. Now it's a thing. So all these with green have Bluetooth on them, and check that out. The cheapest battery, the Fiunie, does have Bluetooth connectivity, which is sweet. You're able to walk by your battery, see what the voltage is, see what the SOC is, make sure it's still charging, whatever. You can take a look at that through the app. The TEMGOT here has it. The LiTime has it. That's it out of this bunch here. So those are on the list, and the Vader also has it. I don't have one of those batteries, but they have it as well. The other one you want to pay attention to, depending on your climate, is going to be the low temperature charge protection. What this is if you discharge a battery when it's really cold, that's fine. They go pretty low there. But if you try to charge it when the battery itself is freezing, you can experience lithium plating, which will ultimately affect the capacity of your battery forever. So you want to avoid that. And what that does is the battery has a temperature sensor, says, hey, I'm too cold, not charging, and until I warm up, and then I'll charge, which is good. Helps protect yourself from that. You could leave your charger plugged in, and life is good. All these batteries have it here. Again, up to like 2 years ago, there wasn't a lot of options for this. It was like Wise. That was like it for the cheap batteries that had it. Now you can see a lot of them have it. This guy has it, this guy has it, this guy has it, this guy has it, and that's it. The Dr. Prepare Mini has it, and the Wise Mini also has it. So the mini batteries, if you're looking for that, those are the two that have it. Now you may want both, right? I want Bluetooth and I want low temp. Well, now down to 3 batteries, so it gets real tight there if you want all those features. And that's going to be the LiTime Group 24 has it, and the TemGut has it. And this one's actually cool. There's a video on this one, and it has a display on the top of it, but you can actually use the display too. So that's like a third feature. It's also self-heated. If you need a heated battery, TemGut. It's a pretty sweet battery as well. Now we're going to get to the warranty, and the warranty is a little dicey because these are all like budget companies, right? So there's not a storefront for you to go walk into and be like, hey, whatever, Time USB, I'd like to return my battery. Like, that's just not going to happen. So you're going to have to go through their website, through Amazon if you buy it from them. If you do buy it from Amazon, please click the links below. That will help me out. Certainly would appreciate that. But in general, the EcoWorthy has the lowest warranty. Average there is obviously strongly at five years across the board. And then making up the long end there is going to be the Dr. Prepare in Wise coming in at 10 years. But again, you're going to have to go through their website and stuff to deal with that. There's not a storefront for you to go knock on the door and take care of your battery. If you have an issue, I've used a lot of these by now. I've probably had a dozen different low-cost batteries come through here. I've never really had an issue. I had an issue with Wise once that they ended up taking care of it through Amazon. Yeah, it worked out. It was fine. There's a video on that too if you're interested. The last one, I want to make sure I touch on this because it is the cheapest battery, but like, who has a real website? That's important. There's Amazon, sure, that's one thing. There's Temu, wherever, Alibaba, wherever you're buying a battery. Sometimes it's good to go to a real website. Maybe you get better support there. All of them but our cheapest battery have a real website at the moment. So the Fiunie does not. So we're gonna go ahead and get to the picks here. Again, I've got 4 picks. We're gonna start with the lowest price. Spoiler alert, like I already said, that's a Fiunie battery. I don't have one here, but I used to. I had a Group 31 Fiunie 100 amp hour battery, tested just fine. There's a video on that one. I used it for quite some time. I've got plenty of batteries, so I ended up clearing that one out to a buddy. Had no issues with it whatsoever. And that one did not have Bluetooth, but now they do have Bluetooth, which is awesome. It's really handy to be able to see your SOC, your state of charge, just by walking by and seeing what the battery's doing. $175, so it's the lowest price point, 24 pounds, right there in the middle of the road with everybody else. 5-year warranty, but they don't have a real website, so keep that in mind. And it's a Group 31 size battery, so it's a bigger footprint size battery, which may or might not be a big deal to you. No low temp charge cutout, and no real website. That's our cheapest one for the lowest price pick, the Fiunie battery. The next one up is going to be the solid value or best value battery. That's going to be this guy here. This is the Watt Cycle battery. It's got a couple other things going for it that I think is worth your time and worth your couple more bucks. $189, $15 more than the Fiunie. 23 pounds, 5-year warranty. It's a Group 24. It does have low temp charge protection, so you can get rid of that concern. It does not have Bluetooth though. So if you're big on Bluetooth and you don't need low temp charge cutout, that's kind of where you want to talk about which one you go with. But they do have a real website, so that's a benefit there. That's the Watt Cycle battery. To me, that's going to get you going, right? It's got some good mix of features. It's also Group 24, like I mentioned, so a little bit smaller footprint depending on your application. It's kind of our solid value pick. Next one up is our mini size. I don't have this battery, but it came up in our features as the best one to go get if you're looking at a mini battery. That's going to be the Dr. Prepare Mini. It's a $200 price point, so you're creeping up there a little bit. It's going to be similar to like this Power Cream Mini here. 22 pounds, so you're shaving a little weight. 10-year warranty from them. It's obviously a mini size. Low temp charge protection has that, and they do have a real website. And actually, no minis have Bluetooth right now. So, be that as it may, if you want a mini with Bluetooth, sorry, you're going to have to wait. They don't have that right now. But that's our best pick when it comes to the mini size batteries, the Dr. Prepare Mini. All right, now we're getting to my pick for the best overall battery. $278. That's going to be the LiTime Group 24. 22 pounds, 5-year warranty, and has Bluetooth, has low temp charge cutout, and it has a real website. You've probably heard of LiTime by now. They're definitely up and coming in the brands of batteries, and that's actually this guy right here. So this is the LiTime. Just got done testing this one at 101 amp hours. And for me, looking at all of these different features, I'm going to say that this is going to be your best bet going forward. I do have links in the description for all of these batteries. If you click on any of those links, this will certainly help me out if you end up buying one. Please feel free to post any questions down below. If you found this helpful, help you make a decision, help you understand what to look for, like and subscribe to the channel. And if you're trying to figure out is 100 amp hour the right size for like your electronics, check out this video right here. We'll see you next time.